Welcome to the Averett Sports Network. We are back here under the lights of the Grant Center for today's matchup of the visiting Eagles of Bridgewater College against your Cougars of Averett University. Here are a couple of headlines and stats for you coming into this game. Last game on Wednesday, Allie Wilkerson broke out against Guilford with 10 kills over 3 sets, basically doubling her average from last year, which was only 31 kills, giving more of a contribution to Coach Olivia Earls off of the bench, and actually giving her a starting spot here sometimes during the season as your starters for speaking of starters for the Cougars. She is coming off of the bench, but for your Cougars, your starters are number 3, Sydney Mounts, a sophomore out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Number 10, Erin Gray, a fifth-year senior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Number 15, Hope Parrish, a sophomore out of Newport News, Virginia. Number 20, Emily McIntosh, a freshman out of Statesville, North Carolina. Number 21, Allie Wilkerson. So she, in fact, fans, I'm sorry, I apologize. Allie Wilkerson is starting. So Coach Olivia Earls has definitely been able to give Wilkerson a starting spot here with the huge contribution that she's given off the bench for the Cougars. And number 22, Emma Nash, a graduate out of Monroe, North Carolina, is yet given another starting spot here alongside Erin Gray. So those are the headlines on the back line for the Cougars, as that has been one of the more dominant spots there, for the Cougars. Another few headlines for you. Both Erin Gray and Emma Nash led the Cougars against Guilford with 13 total digs, giving them more on their totals for their careers. Emily McIntosh is on fire this season, as she and her sister Destiny have both been able to give great minutes to this Cougar team this year for Coach Olivia Earls. Allie Wilkerson with 40, like I said earlier, Allie Wilkerson has now 44 kills in just 2 weeks, already passing her 31 total kill total from 2023. And looking at the visiting team here for Bridgewater College, Bridgewater is 10-2 on this season, with now holding a 9-game win streak, beating all opponents dominantly, 3-0, except for Lynchburg, where we see that Lynchburg fought back a little with being able to take one of those sets, but still Bridgewater taking that match rather easily. Looking at some stats for Bridgewater, we see that number 18 Reagan Stoop has a kill total of 143 over her career so far. So that the Cougars will have a tough test to face against the Eagles here tonight, as we see the Cougars taking the last of their warm-ups in their home blues. And as you see on the right side of your screen, the Bridgewater College Eagles in the maroon jerseys. Now, we talked about that back line of both Erin Gray and Emma Nash. Tonight, when we're on one of our breaks, you're going to hear there will be a little bit of an honor for both Erin Gray and Dayton Moore, as they just achieved their 1,000th dig. Now, fans, we're going to take a step back. We're gonna pause for the national anthem, as we'll be back here on the Averett Sports Network for the start of this one between your Averett University Cougars and the visiting Bridgewater College Eagles. We'll be back here in a few minutes here, to get underway.
Also, during the Cougar Classic earlier this year, 50 libero Aaron Gray became the all-time career leader in digs at Averett, passing Hall of Famer Brent Hughes' 2,165 career digs on the list that covers all 3 scoring eras through the history of the program. Coaching staff would like to present her with a ball commemorating that historical achievement. Congratulations, Aaron. Good evening and welcome to the Grand Center for tonight's ODEC matchup featuring the Bridgewater College Eagles.
Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network as the national anthem has just ended here. As I talked about earlier, we just heard that the Cougars just honored Aaron Gray and Dayton Moore for their accomplishments, with now having achieved their 1,000th dig on the career. So we're seeing that achievement, and so we're gonna see a rather even match here between the Cougars and the Eagles. The Eagles, again, like I said, folks, earlier, come in 10-2 on the season. So, and the Cougars now sitting at 4-7 after winning 3-0 over Guilford last match on Wednesday. So we'll see how their momentum has been ridden into this match. Is that one of the rather big headlines with Emily McIntosh is the fact is that she was the one who ended that match on Wednesday. So we'll see how she continues that. They're your starters for the Cougars, if you're just tuning in, are number 3 Sydney Mounts, number 10 Aaron Gray, number 15 Hope Parrish, number 20 Emily McIntosh, number 21 Allie Wilkerson, number 22 Emma Nash, and number 23 Dayton Moore. So we're going to see all of those veterans on the floor to start this match, and we're going to get to see that excellent back line that Coach Olivia Earls has been given has loved so much, I should say, over the course of 3 years now. So now to be able to give a little bit of an introduction, alongside me, just join me, is my co-host Luis Martinez. So he will be on broadcast with me, so you'll hear from him plenty tonight, being able alongside this broadcast of this match. Luis, I'm going to turn it over to you for a couple minutes.
Thank you, Wyatt. I appreciate that. So, like you said, like you mentioned earlier, we did have a very good matchup earlier this week when our Cougars faced against the Guilford Quakers, and swept them 3-0. It was a great game for us. It was very close sets. But in the end, we played great defense. We executed perfectly on our kills. Great plays by Allie Wilkerson, Emily McIntosh, Emma Nash, Aaron Gray, Dayton Moore, just to list a couple players on our squad that have just absolutely shown out for this last couple weeks. And we're about to get started here.
That's right, fans. As you hear the iconic "Thunderstruck" by AC/DC being played in the Grant Center here tonight, you know it's an exciting Friday night when that song comes on. You know that the Cougars here are going to be hyped up to get started in this one. We're going to get underway here in a second. So we keep talking about that back line of defense that really paid off against the Quakers on Wednesday. We're going to see how that continues, as one of the keys for Coach Olivia Earle's veteran squad here was the fact is that they stay loose, they're hyped up all the time, and they're always constantly on the same page. And the fact that one of the reasons for that being is that Emma Nash is one of those leaders on the back line, being able to make sure that her team knows where things are happening and when things are happening at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. So Emma Nash is definitely somebody we have to keep a lookout. I mean, she's a great outside hitter. She's not afraid to go for those digs. I mean, whatever it takes, Emma Nash will do it to get her team on top. This Bridgewater squad just took out Lynchburg in ODAC play 3-1 on sets. So we'll see how they have momentum shift over.
That's right, fans. Now starting for the Eagles, real quick, is number 1 Alexis Curry, number 5 Ashley Rutherford, number 6 Claire Griffith, number 9 Faith Depew, number 12 Madeline Walker, number 14 Gabby Atwell, number 16 Rachel Myers, and number 18 Reagan Stoop. Reagan Stoop we covered earlier. The fact is that on her career, she's only a sophomore, and she has 143 kills on her career.
That is quite something. That is quite something.
So she will be someone to watch for the Cougars to be able to make sure they limit a little bit as we get underway with Emma Nash taking the set here to get the ball over the net. As the Eagles bump that one over the net, as McIntosh handles that one, gets it over to Moore. Moore gets it over the net, but the ball lands out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Eagles.
As we saw last time against Guilford, the Cougars took a 2-0, or the Quakers took a 2-0 lead very early on, and the Cougars just kept maintaining, kept adding on to those type of points. As we just saw, the Eagles take a serve out of bounds. It'll be back in session for the Cougars. That's
right, Luis. The early mistakes there are clearly taken advantage of by the Cougars for in this match. So the game's all tied up at 1 as Aaron Gray takes a serve back over the net. The Eagles bring it back over the net as the ball is hit over the net by the Eagles and lands in favor of the Eagles as the Cougars just weren't there fast enough. As you see on the front line of the defense is Wilkerson, Moore, and Sydney Mounts. Mounts is one of those players for the Cougars who has been a key part of the brick wall defense on that front line. As that is hit over the Cougars just a little too strong, so that'll be another point here for Bridgewater, as Bridgewater has taken a 2-point lead here.
That is number 1 Alexis Curry back to serve for the Eagles. Takes it over the net, over to Gray. Now Dayton Moore for Wilkerson. Wilkerson having a great game this past week. To Dayton Moore now to Hope Parrish. Parrish again.
As the Eagles are not able to handle it, Curry's not able to handle it, and that'll be another point on the board for the Cougars. As that was perfect momentum for the Cougars to be able to give them that point here and get back on the board.
A couple substitutions here now as Hope Parrish and Dayton Moore take a seat on the bench, getting a bit of rest. Kinsley Stevens as well as Destiny McIntosh in the game.
As Stevens sets it over the net. The strong, soft hit from the Eagles brings back over the net as Mounts with a strong hit. As the Cougars thought they landed a point, but the ball just lands right out of bounds and is given the point to the Eagles, now taking back another 2-point lead.
Now back to serve for the Eagles, number 3, Faith Shields.
That's right, Louise. Shields, one of the key contributors for the Eagles, for the fact is that they now have a 10-2 record, as that is a point there for the Cougars to get back on the board, cutting the Eagles lead in half. Now only down 4-3.
Now Wilkerson will take a seat and bring in number 8, Kaylee Gentry.
That's right here. This Cougar squad has always been on the same page. And the leadership is just absolutely key for the Cougars.
Yep, as Gentry's serve goes over the net, the Eagles bring it down. Now back to Gentry.
Stevens sets up for Mounts. Mounts with the ball over the net as the Eagles able to rally here. As Stevens with an excellent dig there to put the ball back over the net and able to save that one as Gray digs it out. Stevens back over to McIntosh. McIntosh just a little too strong there. She thought that she had that back corner, but just a little too strong a hit over the net here as the Cougars, you can tell, are hyped up and fired up.
That's a great job there by Stevens, number 19 in blue, taking whatever it takes to get that dig, keep the ball up afloat as that serve goes over to the net and out of bounds.
That's right, Louise. As Emily McIntosh checks back in now. The freshman, one of the key headlines from last game, where she finished that match against Guilford, and so we'll see how she continues that with Emma Nash right by her side.
Now Stevens over to Gentry. McIntosh, great dig there by the Eagles. Set, hit. Stevens again. Gentry now to Emily McIntosh. Block. Gentry again digs it up. Now Stevens to Mounts. Mounts to the back line. Up by Shields. Gentry, this is a great route here by both teams. McIntosh sending it over the net. Bump. Kill here by number 9. Gentry. Stevens. McIntosh now looking for it.
McIntosh with the kill! Emily McIntosh takes a step forward and leads right. Takes a step forward and she continues right where she left off.
Now Mounts serve over the net. Great dig there, and it goes out of bounds. Mounts is fired up.
Mounts has now given the Cougars the lead as we see the bench for the Cougars now getting hyped up as they normally do. That's definitely one of the key factors with staying on the same page, is that they're just having fun here in these games. As Mounts takes the set over the rallies, the ball goes on the backboard. I don't know what if there's no call. There's no call. Gentry with the bump. Stevens with the set. Nash with the tip. As the ball just stays in bounds. As the Eagles with a great set over the net there, as the Cougars were a little too far forward and not able to catch up to that one.
That is Madeline Walker, number 12, the libero for Bridgewater, making a great job of keeping that ball afloat, getting the point for her team. 6-6 here in the Grant Center.
Set over the net for the Eagles. Comes back. Strong attack there for the Cougars. Eagles just able to rally that one there as Gentry bumps that one over to Stevens. Stevens over to Nash. Nash will try for the kill as the great rally there for Eagles. Nash with the set. Stevens with the set, and the ball just lands unexpectedly on the floor right in front of the Eagles defense as the Cougars will take a 7-6 lead here, as they should.
And we've seen that a lot from Kinsley Stevens, that fake set, setting it over, catching the defense off guard, and absolutely scoring a point every single time.
That's right. Coach Earls definitely able to come up with things that are unexpected or unusual that the teams just are not expecting to happen.
And now Dayton Moore, number 23 in blue, back to serve. Takes her time. Parrish slipping a bit. More serve over to Depew. Now Shields. Depew with that one, number 9.
An absolute missile there from Depew. We talked about her earlier, the junior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Now a couple substitutions here. Back to serve for the Eagles, number 5, Ashley Rutherford. Gonna try to send this one over the net. Gets it over to Gentry. Gentry mishandles it. Gray controls it. Over to Parrish. Parrish right over to Stoop. Moore to McIntosh. McIntosh off of the hands of number 1, Alexis Curry. Couldn't quite handle that one.
McIntosh with the strong kill there, like we just said, Curry not able to handle that one as the ball goes out of play, and the Cougars now with a 9-7 lead as they have now turned this around early and now have a 2-point lead over the Eagles.
And now Emma Nash's initial serve gets bounced around, couldn't be controlled by the Eagles, and she'll be back to serve again.
That's right, Louise. As the Cougars have now built a 3-point lead here, as another mishandle from the Eagles has given the Cougars a little momentum here early on in this first set. As Emma Nash is back to serve.
And now the Eagles have possession. That right there is number 9, Depew. Now Gray, Parrish, bounced around, couldn't be controlled. Parrish is lit up.
Parrish and the Cougars excited there in front of the net on a point of momentum as the score now swells 11-7 as the Eagles will want to take a timeout here. We're gonna take the timeout with them. We're back here on the Averett Sports Network quick with the rest of this first set. We'll be back here in about a minute.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
In the timeout. We are back here on the Averett Sports Network. If you're just joining us in here in the Grand Center, either in the Grand Center or online on our live stream, I'm Ryan Acapulco alongside my co-broadcaster Luis Martinez. As we have seen the Cougars gain a 4-point lead here in the first set against the Eagles, which is rather exciting because of how strong of a team the Eagles have this year.
So Emma Nash back to serve here, number 22 in blue. A lot of power behind that one. We've talked about that power behind that initial serve and hit.
It's Louise. It's something that the Coach Earls is loving here in with Nash. Just a little too strong there as the lead will be drawn to 3. As Moore over the net here to Wilkerson. Wilkerson with the tip, but it just goes out of bounds. Not able to keep that one in. As the lead is now down to 2.
That is number 9 for Bridgewater. Faith Depew back to serve. Sends it over. McIntosh controls. Set by Moore. McIntosh again gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Another point for the Cougars.
That's right. The brick wall was for the Cougars was right there to make that block as the ball goes out of bounds off of the Eagles over the net. Here as the lead now swells again to 3. As Aaron Gray will now take the set over back on the net to the Eagles. Eagles looking to rally here as the ball stays in bounds here with a strong missile hit from number 18, Reagan Stoop. We talked about her earlier. She is rather a heavy hand.
Now, number 1, Alexis Curry back to serve after that hit from Stoop. Over to Gray. Moore controls it. Set for Mounts. Mounts! A lot of power behind that one. Over to Stoop again. Blocked. Mounts trying to keep it up. Couldn't quite control it. Another point for Stoop. And Curry will be back to serve. Curry sets up. Curry from range to Parrish. Moore. Gray bumps it over. Brought down by Depew. Over to Stoop. Stoop tip. Moore trying to get that dig there. Stoop, high level IQ right there. to kind of tip it over the blocks, find open space, have nobody around.
That's right, Louise. We talked about Dayton Moore earlier as she and Aaron Gray were honored for their 1,000th dig. That gives her another one on the season.
That's Parrish right there sending it over the net. Rutherford, Nash digs it up. Moore to Mounts. Mounts, bit of a tip. It'll be a point for the Cougars. Substitutions here as Kinsley Stephen in for Parrish. Destiny McIntosh in for Dayton Moore. Curry taking a seat, letting number 12, Madeline Walker, into the game. Stevens back to serve. Over the net to Stoop. Rutherford. That'll be Shields. Stevens. Destiny McIntosh blocked by Stoop.
Aaron Gray, yeah, just not able to get there in time. Was trying to dig that one out to continue the rally as she just comes up just short.
And now number 3, Faith Shields, back to serve. Over to McIntosh. Stevens for Wilkerson, dug up there by Shields. Now Curry, and that is number 16 on the other side, Rachel Mayers. Number 15, Brooklyn Williams.
That's right, Louise. As the Eagles continue their strong hot streak, now back in the lead, 14-13 over the Cougars here in the Grant Center. As McIntosh gets that one, and Mounds tries to get that one over the net. As the Eagles make a mistake, and the game is now all tied up thanks to Sydney Mounts' long and hard set over the net there.
Now Gentry back to serve for the Cougars. A lot of power behind that one when it goes out of bounds. And now Stoop, number 18 in maroon. Gonna be back to serve. Over the net. Gentry couldn't quite reach it. Had a bit of a dip behind that one as Stoop steps back again. Stoop against the Gentry. Now Stevens for Nash. Block, dug up by Gray. Stevens, McIntosh. Shields to Stoop. Gray couldn't get a hold of that one, and Stoop is having herself a bit of fun.
we're definitely seeing how both teams having a lot of fun and being on the same page paid off. Now the Cougars will want to take a timeout. Speaking of that, we're going to take it with them. We'll be back here on the Averett Sports Network in 30 seconds.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
As we're back here on the Averett Sports Network, as Bridgewater is taking an early three-point lead here, 17-14. So this is a back-and-forth game between the Cougars and the Eagles. We're seeing quite the momentum shift going back and forth. As we've now seen 2 or 3 lead changes, Louise.
Yeah, quite a bit. Why as Stoop, who's having herself a pretty good first set, sends it over the net, and just as I say that, Mounts absolutely takes advantage of that, ending the streak of Stoop and getting another point for the Cougars.
That's right, Louise. As they were able to, the ball was just able to land right under the block of the Eagles there, and to bring the Cougars within 2 points of tying this one up.
And Mounts after that point is back to serve. Set up by Shields, set up perfectly for McIntosh. Now in the middle, set up. Mounts to McIntosh. Emily McIntosh, that is. Set up by Shields. Brought down. Blocked there by Emily McIntosh.
Not the Bridgewater Eagles not able to handle that one there, as the Cougars now within one and starting to build a little bit of a comeback here as Mounts will take the set here, as the score is now only 17-16 in favor of the Eagles, as that one goes out of bounds there, as I spoke of that too early. Sorry, fans. It was the score is now 18-16 in favor of the Eagles.
Back to serve number 14 for the Eagles, Gabby Atwell. Gonna take her first chance here. Goes over Gentry to Stevens. Nash tries to tip it over. Bumped. Now Depew. Gray recovers. Sent over by Stevens.
Gray with a great dig there to try to bring her team and continue that rally there, as the ball just went short here.
Now Atwell gonna take another chance again, 19-16. Stevens dug up by Gray. Gentry sent over. Depew. Shields. Back. Dug up by Gray. Dug up by Gentry. Gray. Stevens sends it over. Shields. Intended for number 16, Mayers. Now Depew tips it over. Nash digs it up. Stevens over to Emily McIntosh. McIntosh! Off the hands of number 14, Atwell.
Great attack there off by the Cougars, leading to an amazing kill by Emily McIntosh. The McIntosh sisters, one of the big headlines for the Cougars this year, as Emily has brought a huge presence for the Cougars this year.
Over to Shields, over to Depew. Depew sending it wide, brought up, sets up perfectly for Stoop to come in. Not Stoop, sorry. Number 16, Mitchell Mayers, come in and just tap it down on the line.
That's right, Louise. Just a little miscommunication there from the Cougars.
Number 5, Ashley Rutherford, going to take this serve. Over to Gentry. Now Moore in the game. McIntosh to Stoop. Rutherford trying to get over to Mayers. Mayers didn't quite have the angle, didn't quite have the height on the jump, couldn't read it properly, and it'll be a point for the Cougars. Now Emma Nash, number 22, back to serve for the Cougars.
And I believe that we just had a substitution, as Kaylee Gentry will check out, and I believe that Hope Parrish, number 15, has checked back in for the Cougars. As we said there, as there a little bit of a mishandle from the Eagles has cut their lead to 1, as Emma Nash is back to serve again for the Cougars.
That came right off the head of Mayers. Mayers wasn't exactly looking in that direction. That is Rutherford setting it up there for Mayers. Now Moore to Parrish, blocked. Back to Moore. Now Gray, Emily McIntosh. The official took a second to call that one. Weren't quite sure, but it will be a point for McIntosh and the Cougars.
That's right. The game is now all tied up at 20, as the Cougars have come back from a three-point deficit to tie this game up at 20. This game is going to this set will come down to the wire.
And now the ball trickles over the net, and it will be a point for the Eagles, as the Cougars couldn't quite react to that mishap. It'll be 21-20 in favor of the Eagles. And now that is the Depew, number 9. Serve going over the net to Nash. McIntosh, back to Nash. Depew, Rutherford, dug up by Moore. Wilkerson sends it over. Curry, Stoop, Moore. Now Gray to Emily McIntosh. Off the fingertips, and McIntosh is on fire today.
McIntosh is hyped up there for that one, as she will check out and be given a little bit of a break after a strong kill that went off the fingertips of the Eagles.
Now Gray serves. Rutherford. Stoop.
Stoop sends that one way out of bounds and way too strong there over the net. Gives the Cougars a 1-point lead as the Eagles will now want to talk it over. We're gonna take it with them. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network as we see the conclusion of set number 1.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
As we're back here on the Averett Sports Network, the Cougars have been given have taken now a 1-point lead over the Eagles. Score is now 22-21. We're going to see the conclusion of this first set here. As we see teammate Brenda Light is fired up and firing up that bench and keeping them hype.
Now that's Aaron Gray to serve. There, Rutherford, Stoop, Gray picks it up. Some more, Mounts, controlled by the Eagles. Rutherford now, back to Stoop, blocked and goes out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Eagles, 22-22, all tied up here in the Grant Center.
That's right, Wilkerson and Parrish not able to get there in time as those two were on that side of the net as this game is now all tied up here.
Alexis Curry, number 1 in white for the Eagles to Gray, Moore, Parrish.
Parrish with an excellent shot there over the net. Just not able to the Eagles just not able to handle that one as the Cougars are now taking another 1-point lead here, 23-22 with only 2 points to go, or I should say 1 point to go to be under but set point.
Now Stevens serve to Stoop. Rutherford for Griffith, picked up by Nash. Mounts blocked, Gray saves it. Nash back to Mounts, Mounts across. Wilkerson now trying to keep it alive. Walker to Stoop, picked up by Gray. That is Stevens to Mounts. Ball goes up, Rutherford saves it. Walker going to send it over, now to Nash.
Excellent
Stevens.
rally here from the two teams.
Wilkerson now, Walker bumps over to Griffith. Gray, Stevens to McIntosh. Now Shields. That is number 5, Ashley Rutherford, catching the Cougars off guard, getting a point, 23-23.
That's right, a strong finish there on the attack by Rutherford, able to end that rally and give the Eagles a tied set here.
And now that is Shields, number 3, back to serve. McIntosh picks it up. Stevens to Wilkerson. Wilkerson trying to catch the Eagles off guard. Stoop gets blocked there by Wilkerson and McIntosh.
Strong brick wall there from the Cougars, able to bring the Cougars another 1-point lead as it is set point here for the Cougars, 24-23. As that was a key block there from the Cougars. B will give them that point.
Now Shields sets it up, looking for Stoop. Picked up by Stevens. Gray sent over by Nash. Walker to Shields. Gray picks it up. Gentry keeps it alive. Nash sends it over. Walker, Shields, Stoop. Sent over by Stevens. Picked up by Gentry. Stoop is trying to get this point. Wilkerson, McIntosh there. Now back to Stoop. That would be a point for the Cougars, and they will get the first set.
That was an excellent rally there for the Cougars, as the point will be given to the Cougars.
They will replay the point. They will replay the point, and Gentry will be back to serve. Still 24-23. Sent in Shields now. Sent over, blocked, and it goes out of bounds. All tied up here. Win by 2.
It'll come down to the to who takes a 2-point lead over the other. As is the rule here, when the game is tied at 24, you have to win by 2 points. As Stevens with an excellent dig there, tried to get the ball back over the net, over to the Eagles, continue that rally, just could not get it over the net there. As Coach Earls will want to take a timeout.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
Back here on the Averett Sports Network, as we'll see the conclusion of this first set of this game that has come down to the wire, as both the Eagles and the Cougars have strongly tried to finish this match. As we thought we saw that the first set had ended there on the point before the last, as the refs had decided against that and had given the had decided to replay the point.
And Stoop, who has had herself a very good first set, gets the killing point on the very last serve. 26-24 in favor of the Eagles. We'll be back in just a short moment for the second set.
And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. If you're just joining us alongside me, I'm Wyatt Ockpole. Alongside me is my co-broadcaster, Luis the Moose Martinez. We're coming in here at the start of the second set as the Eagles of Bridgewater College have took the first set over the Cougars. So we'll see how Coach Earls has adjusted the defense and adjusted her team to be able to make a possible comeback into and take this the second set strongly.
Yeah, so as we first saw in that first set, number 18 in maroon for Bridgewater, Stoop, had an absolute amazing first set, getting multiple kills, as well as getting the final blow to finish out that first set. As both teams are going to rally here, deciding the game plan. Cougars going to adjust. The Eagles going to try to maintain this momentum going forward as we are about to begin the second set here, number 5 for Bridgewater. Rutherford going to go back to serve. To Nash. Moore. Wilkerson. Stoop brings it up. Rutherford over to Depew. Gray picks it up. Moore. McIntosh. Stoop. Rutherford now sent over the net. Now Moore to Parrish. Rutherford to Walker. Stoop. Moore picks it up. Gray bumps. Parrish. Stoop. Rutherford. Depew. Kept alive by Nash. McIntosh brings it up. Sent over the net by Moore. Walker now. Rutherford. Into Myers. Number 16, Myers, gets the kill in the back corner for Bridgewater.
Excellent job there from Myers, able to get that ball into the back corner where the Cougars were just not able to reach it. As a little bit of miscommunication from the Cougars gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead here to start the second set.
Now Nash sends it across. Walker tracking it. Depew sent over. Gray keeps it alive. Moore over to McIntosh. Stoop. Now Rutherford. Myers. That is 2 for Myers in the second set.
That's right, Louise. As Myers comes out with a strong start here in the second set, able to give the Eagles their first 2 points here.
Now back to serve number 5 again. Rutherford. McIntosh sent over and sets up Myers perfectly. Myers has the first 3 of this set. As Bridgewater takes a 3-0 lead early on in this set. And now Moore. Parrish. Parrish gets that kill perfectly. Stoop, number 18, trying to reach that one. Couldn't quite get there. Now Gray sends it over to Stoop. Rutherford. Griffith. Gray keeps it alive. Kept up by Mounts. Sent over by Wilkerson. And the call is outside. A 4-1 lead here for Bridgewater. Gray picks it up. Moore. Wilkerson. Kept up by Depew. Rutherford over to Stoop. And Stoop having herself a great game so far. Multiple kills. Number 9, Depew for the Eagles. Sends it over. Gray, dig, Moore, set, Parrish. Sends it up. Walker bumps. Now Griffin. Gray, Parrish. Kept alive by the Eagles. Stoop now sends it up. Moore trying to get that one. Can't get there in time. Another point for the Eagles as they take a 6-1 lead, and a timeout will be called. We'll be back in just a short moment.
is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
And we are back after that timeout, taken there by the Cougars to try to rally themselves. And Depew for Bridgewater sends it up to Gray. Moore sets for Wilkerson. Wilkerson off the hands of Rutherford. Walker up. Stoop sends it up. Nash keeps it alive, but can't get it to her teammates in time. It'll go down as Bridgewater take a 7-1 lead. Depew having herself a rally here. Up to Nash. Kept alive by Gray. Moore sends it over. Depew, Rutherford. Over to Griffin. Stoop keeps it up. Back to Stoop, and it will be blocked. It'll be another point for Bridgewater. Depew over to Nash. Moore keeps it up. Wilkerson. Now Stoop. Kept up by Gray. Now to Mounts. Ball will stay inbounds. The line judge is saying point to Bridgewater. Went out of bounds outside of the post. Now Depew still back there, staying strong. Moore to Parrish, and Parrish's initial hit will go out of bounds, sending Depew again to serve. As the Cougars are going to need some type of change up here to try to come back from this. Depew to Gray. Moore. Mounts. And Mounts gets the final blow. Cutting the lead down by just one. 10-2 here. Bridgewater taking a big lead in the set. Cougars are going to have to rally incredibly to try to come back from this one. As Stevens now to serve for the Cougars. Over to Walker. Rutherford. Over the net by Depew. Gray keeping it up. Stevens now Mounts. Wilkerson blocked. Kept up. Wilkerson again. Blocked at the line twice there by Mayers. (11-2) here in the Grand Centers. The Cougars are falling quite far behind. Curry sends it over the net for a serve. Now Wilkerson trying to get that kill back. Griffin over to Stoop. Kept up. Stoop sends it back. Nash keeps it up. Gray now Mounts. Blocked. Goes out of bounds. It'll be 11-3 now. Substitutions here. Wilkerson going to take a seat. Gentry back to serve. Gentry up to Stoop. Rutherford. Griffin blocked. Walker keeps it up. Rutherford now to Stoop. Dug up by Gray. Stevens now to Mounts. And the ball will go out of bounds. There's a lot of defensive presence here from this maroon side. A lot of blocks at the line, a lot of digs. a very gritty team. The Cougars are doing their best to keep up. Number 3, Shields, back to serve. To Gray. Stevens mounts. The ball will go out of bounds again in favor of the Eagles. Shields to serve to Nash. Stevens, McIntosh. Walker up to Stoop. And Stoop not having quite the trajectory on that ball. It'll be back to serve for the Cougars. Mounts, number 3, going to take this one. Mounts up. Depew, Shields, Stoop. McIntosh with the kill. Stevens back to McIntosh, and McIntosh gets that one out of bounds. That'll be Emily McIntosh. 14-4 as the Cougars take a big deficit behind the Eagles. Stoop. Destiny McIntosh, Kinsley Stevens, Emma Nash. Stoop now. Shields, Depew, kept up by Gentry. Stevens to McIntosh. Walker bumps over Gentry. Stevens, McIntosh. Stoop bumps, set by Shields, sent over quickly by number 14, Atwell, and brought right back down. An 11-point lead is what the Cougars are going to have to come back by. Stoop, Gentry, Stevens for Emily McIntosh. Blocked, and it'll go out of bounds. Hope Parrish, Dayton Moore entering the game. Destiny McIntosh and Kinsley Stevens taking a seat. Sent over there by Moore. Shields. Set for Williams. Blocked by Emily McIntosh, the younger sister of Destiny. Making a name for herself. Now Moore. Walker. Shields for Depew. Kept up by Gentry. Gray. McIntosh. Not enough power behind that one. The blockers were right on it. Couple substitution here. It's number 8, Jillian Levin, entering the game, a new face for Bridgewater. Levin gets it just inside, gets her point on her first serve of the night.
Great serve there from the Eagles as the ball just landed just in bounds and has given the Eagles an 11-point lead here over the Cougars. We're going to take the timeout with them. We'll be back here on the Averett Sports Network in about a minute.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And back here on the Averett Sports Network, as we've seen, the Eagles of Bridgewater College have built an 11-point lead here in the Grand Center over the Cougars, as the Cougars will look to get something started in terms of trying to get back into this one.
And Levin, number 8, number 8, Levin. Scoring on that one. Gentry going to take a seat, number 24, Juliana Erickson. New face for tonight. Entering the game is Nash, back to serve.
That's right. We've seen Juliana in some of the earlier matches on this season, as she's one of those players that can come off the bench and provide Coach Earls with excellent minutes, as she will be on the front line of the defense for the Cougars.
Now Rutherford Griffith into the game. That is a great point there by number 16, Mayers. Very quick reaction there. Now Rutherford sends it over the net. Moore sets for McIntosh. McIntosh getting the attempted kill. Now Depew, number 9, dug up by Moore. Sent over by McIntosh. McIntosh gets stopped by Stoop. And Mayers getting that similar point very quick.
That's right, Louise, as the ball just was quite quick over the net there, as she's able to get that one back over the side of the Cougars rather quickly to catch the Cougars off guard.
Now Moore set up for Juliana Erickson. Erickson gets her first point.
Excellent kill there from Erickson, as she was able to provide the Cougars with a point back on the board. We talked about Erickson earlier, as she gives Coach Earls excellent minutes there out on the court, on the front line, being able to help the Cougars out and when they need her the most.
Now Gray's serve. Rutherford. Mayers blocked there by Erickson. Nash.
Great try for the kill there, but just a little too long, as we've seen that she has a lot of power.
It'll go out of bounds. It'll be another point for the Eagles, as Depew now to Gray. Moore for Erickson. Erickson gets another kill off the hands of Griffith.
2 straight kills there for Erickson, as she's loving that and trying to get her team back to being hyped up and being on the same page, trying to give her team a little bit more leverage, as Kinsley Stevens will take a step back to set there for the Cougars.
Stevens now to McIntosh. McIntosh gets that one.
The senior out of Statesville, North Carolina, excellent shot there to the back corner where the Eagles were not. Great job there to cut the lead down to 10, as Stevens will take a step back to set the one away again. As a great block there from the Cougars, just out of bounds there, not able to keep the ball in bounds, as Erickson and McIntosh were over there for the big block.
More substitutions here for the Eagles. Number 1, Alexis Curry back in the game. The libero and White for the Eagles. Sends it over the net. McIntosh to Gray. And now Erickson. Blocked. Erickson keeps it up. Gray sent over the net by Mounts. Depew couldn't quite reach that one, as it seemed like it was going out of bounds.
Great job there by Erickson and Gentry to continue that rally. Great job there by Erickson for that dig to keep that rally going, as the Eagles had a little bit of a mishap, and the Cougars are looking to come back in this one.
Griffith sends it over. Gray bumps. Sent over by Mounts. They're saying it's a point for the Cougars. Sorry, a point for Bridgewater.
That's right. The double tap, too many taps there, and a ball landing on the net.
Shields, number 3 for Bridgewater, back to serve. Sent up, short. Nash recovers. McIntosh couldn't quite get that set by Stevens. 23-11.
McIntosh not able to get there in time, as she didn't know quite where the ball was, and not able to get there in time.
And now here's Shields, short again to Nash. Stevens to Nash. put up by Walker. Now Shields over to number 15, Williams, and Williams gets that kill.
Shields and Williams, great job there by Williams to put it on an open spot of the floor and just in front of the Cougars. Little miscommunication right now going on for the Cougars.
Now Shields serving again to Nash. To Stevens, back to Nash. Nash, DePue keeps it up. Shields dives. Stoop sends it over, out of bounds.
Great rally there for the Cougars to catch the Eagles off guard, and a little miscommunication there from the Eagles as the ball just goes out of bounds. Not able to keep it in bounds there as the Eagles lead now is down to 12.
Now Mounts. DePue keeps it up. Shields for Stoop. And Stoop gets another one.
Stoop, I would say the player for the Eagles, as she now adds on to her total, as she already has fans 143 kills on the season, at least as far as before the start of this match. We'll have updated stats for you at the start of the third set. We're going to take a short break here. I'm Wyatt Ockable. Alongside me is Luis Martinez. We're back here on the Averett Sports Network at the start of the third set. Back here on the Averett Sports Network, if you're just joining us, alongside me is my co-broadcaster, Luis Martinez. I'm Wyatt Ockable. We're witnessing a 2-0 set lead here for the Bridgewater College Eagles over the, for the Eagles, over our Cougars of Averett, over the Cougars of Averett University. The Cougars have got to find something here and change something up in order to avoid a three-set sweep.
It's been quite a day so far. The very first set went to 24-24, and the Eagles just completely ran away with it at the end, winning by 2 points.
That's right, Luis. As a major stat for the Eagles is the fact is that Reagan Stoop had 12 kills alone in that set. As followed behind her is Rachel Myers with 9. So as we're talking of a total of 18 points between just the two players allowed by the Cougars. So they better find something here to get something good started as they look to avoid a 3-0 set sweep. as Coach Olivia Earls had a talk over in the huddle with her players. As we see that Julian Erickson will start here, so that's a little bit of a change for the Cougars on the front line.
Emma Nash, number 22, back to serve, starting us off in the third set. Over to Stoop, Rutherford, Griffin trying to send it over. Griffin keeps it alive. Now Depew, Nash keeps it up. Moore, McIntosh, kept up by Stoop. Rutherford now to Griffith. Kept up by Depew. A miscommunication there by the Eagles. Point for the Cougars.
Great execution there by the Cougars. Able to find an open spot in front of the Eagles to be able to take their first lead since the beginning of the first set.
It's been a tough one so far for the Cougars. They're going to have to do a lot of changes, a lot of work here to try to get back against the Eagles. This is a very good Bridgewater team. As Nash now receives that ball. Now Parrish kept up there by Rutherford. Gray bumps for McIntosh. Block Gray.
As the ball will apparently land in the net, says the refs, will give the point to the Eagles as this game is now tied up all at 1.
Depew over to McIntosh. Moore back to McIntosh. McIntosh couldn't quite get it over, and it'll be 4 more hits.
As the Eagles now have taken the 2-1 lead and continued their momentum as they had in at the end of the second set.
Depew, Nash, Moore, Erickson getting her first touch of the set. Rutherford sending it back over to Stoop. Gray, great dig there by Gray. McIntosh trying to get that kill. Walker having a dig of her own. Back and forth here between both teams. Now Parrish. Walker keeps it alive. Set over by Rutherford, and Rutherford catches the Cougars off guard. A point for the Eagles.
Great dig there by Aaron Gray to try to get that ball back over the net as McIntosh tried to dive. Had to dive there to try to get the ball to stay in play, but just could not get there in time as the Cougars right now need to get back on the same page as that is a missed serve by the Eagles, and number 9 Depew, as that has given the Cougars now a point back on the board, has cut the Eagles lead down to 1.
Gray sets it over to Stoop. Rutherford. Griffith. And it will go out of bounds and a point for the Cougars.
The refs were right there to call that one as the ball just landed a hair out of bounds as the Cougars now have tied it up at 3. Coach Olivia Earls, great game plan, has now had a great game plan going into the start of this third set.
Stoop now. Back to Stoop by Rutherford, and Stoop gets another kill, adding that tally.
Stoop, another kill there to add to her total. As we said earlier, fans, she had a total of 12 kills in the second set alone.
Alexis Curry serves to Gray. Moore, Parrish.
As Parrish not able to find that back corner. Gives the Eagles a 2-point lead here, now 5-3. As the Cougar fans here in the Grant Center trying to get their team back on even here against the Eagles.
Now Stoop trying to get that kill. Gray keeps it up. Moore to Nash. Rutherford up in the air to Curry. 2 touches.
The refs now have to talk it over. Apparently, there were 2 separate calls there. From one from the line, one from the head judge, and one from one of the line judges. On whose point that was. Apparently, the line judge had a 4 or more hit call, and the point given to the given now ultimately to the Eagles. Originally given to the Cougars, but now the point is given to the Eagles.
They will replay. Erickson there. Rutherford sets it up for Griffith. And Griffith, as many will say, ball doesn't lie.
That's right, Louise, as the Cougars not able to get there in time as Bridgewater takes a 6-3 lead here as the students of the Cougars on the right side of your screen here across from us trying to get their team back into this game.
And the Cougars trying to keep this alive more over to Mounts. Mounts, Depew, Rutherford, over to Griffith. Kept up by Gray. And it will fall, and it'll be another point for Bridgewater. And now Curry again to serve. Gray keeps it up to Moore. Parrish. Curry keeps it up. Rutherford to Griffith, and Griffith will try to get that kill. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Cougars.
That's right, Louise, as the Cougars will make a couple of substitutions here. Checking out for the Cougars is number 15, Hope Parrish, and number 23, Dayton Moore. Checking in now for the Cougars is Kinsley Stevens and Destiny McIntosh, the two seniors. Stevens makes a great dig there.
Now Stoop trying to add on. Mounts trying to get one of his own. And it'll hit the bar and go in favor of the Eagles. Substitutions here. Rutherford and Griffith taking a seat. That'll be Williams entering the game as well as number 3, Shields. Number 3, Shields serves. McIntosh. Stevens. McIntosh sends it over calmly. Depew to Shields. And quickly dug there by Stevens. Gray keeps it up. McIntosh. Stoop gets blocked at the line by Erickson.
Great block there from Erickson and McIntosh to end that rally and to be able to get a point back of their own. And the lead is now cut down to 3 as a great dig there by Kinsley Stevens earlier. The Cougars definitely look comfortable with able to play a little more defense on that quick attack by the Eagles.
Gray keeps up that kill attempt there by Williams. Blocked. Blocked there by Stoop and Atwell. And Stoop will go back to serve 9-5 in favor of Bridgewater. And Stoop over to Gentry. Now Stevens. Nash will get a kill.
Great kill there by Nash. She's finally able to get the ball inbounds there and to be able to maybe try to get her team hyped up.
Now Mounts, number 3, going to serve. Mounts' serve will go out of bounds. Now Levin, number 8, seen her a couple times here tonight. Over to Gray. Stevens for McIntosh. Blocked, put right back up by Williams. Shields for Depew. Gray keeps it up. Stevens couldn't quite get that set for Nash. It'll hit the net.
Nash just trying to get that ball back over the net. Didn't know quite where that one was going to land. Had a little bit of late timing there.
Now Levin. Her serve will go out of bounds. Cougars will be back in possession as number 15, Parrish, and Moore, number 23, entering the game for Stevens. 11, number 8 for Bridgewater going ahead and take the seat, bringing in number 16, Rachel Mayers.
Moore with the set.
And now Depew. Gentry sends it right back. McIntosh couldn't quite get to that hit by
McIntosh just slipped and fell there in front of the net. Not able to touch that ball to try to get back into play. As we'll see her back in front of the net on defense.
That'll be Rutherford sending it up to Nash. Moore for McIntosh. And McIntosh gets that kill as Stoop tries to reach that ball, couldn't get there in time.
Great kill there from McIntosh. Just put a little extra power behind it. Be able to get her team back into this one, as she just really wanted to get that point.
Depew set by Rutherford. Griffith trying to get it over. It'll go out of bounds, way out. Nash going to serve this one. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be another point for Bridgewater, 13-9. Bridgewater trying to jump to a big lead here as Depew sends it over. Out of bounds.
That's another mishap by the Eagles. Brings their lead to within 3 of the Cougars. More like the deficit cut down to 3. So now it'll be only 13-10 as Erin Gray will look to take the serve as she sets it away for the Cougars.
Rutherford, Stoop gets blocked. Rutherford now to Griffith. Nash couldn't quite reach that one. Griffith getting another kill there.
Great block there from the front line defense of Juliana Erickson and Dayton Moore, trying to get that ball back over the net. Emma Nash is not able to handle that one in the back corner.
Alexis Curry back to serve. Erickson!
Great kill there by Erickson, and keeping her fired up.
Now Stevens entering the game for Parrish, McIntosh as well for Moore. Number 12, Walker entering the game for Curry. Now Stevens sends it up. Stoop, Rutherford, over to Stoop. Gray keeps it alive. Denying Stoop and Mounts. Not enough power behind it, not enough height. 15-11. More substitutions here for Bridgewater. Griffith and Rutherford taking a seat. Shields coming in, and Williams as well, number 15. Shields having herself a pretty good night when it comes to serving. And just as I say that,
the ball goes into the net as right in front of Maux and Erickson as they start to get fired up here, as the Eagles' lead is now cut down to 3. The score is only 15-12 in favor of the Eagles as Gentry is back to set it away.
Now Stoop over to Shields, back to Stoop, and Stoop not enough height behind that one. Great
communication there from the Eagles as Stoop just not able to get the ball over there. Just a little late attack there from Stoop.
Now Gray over to Depew.
Great dig there by Gray as Stevens will look to try to get the ball back over that, but just cannot handle it.
That is Atwell there on that kill. Stevens just didn't have enough to get behind it. And we will take a timeout here. 17-13 in favor of the Eagles. We will be back in just a short moment.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
Back here on the Averett Sports Network as the Eagles have taken a 4-point lead. As the score is now 17-13 in favor of the Eagles. Looking on that back line, we're seeing both Aaron Gray and Emma Nash along with Gentry. We're seeing also on the front line, we're seeing Mounts, Stevens, and the older McIntosh sister, number 16, the senior, as Emma Nash will take that bump. As the quick attack comes again from the Eagles. Back over the net goes McIntosh. McIntosh just a little strong out of bounds, as not able to get the ball back into the back corner and to stay in bounds.
Now the score is 18-13 here. As Stoops' serve will hit the net, make it 18-14.
The one thing about this Cougar team is that they are never really out of any game.
They're very persistent, a very gritty group. As Mounts goes back to serve. Picked up by Stoop. Shields over to Atwell. Stevens now. Gentry bumps for McIntosh. And McIntosh finding space.
Great hit there by McIntosh just over the net, as she had just the right amount of power in order for the ball just to kind of die once it got over the net in front of the Eagles. As Mounts will step back to take the serve there.
Shields for Williams, and Williams gets that kill.
Mounts is not able to get there in time. Great job there by Shields of Bridgewater to get yet another kill to give her team now another 4-point lead.
11, number 8 for Bridgewater back to serve, 19-15 now. That's 11. Gets over to Gray. Stevens for Nash.
Nash, great kill there as she was able to find an open spot on the back line defense of the Eagles. Great job there as she had a lot of power behind that one.
Emma Nash back in her element, getting in a bit of a groove here, trying to keep this game alive.
That's right, Louise, as Emma Nash definitely getting in her rhythm, as we're seeing Dayton Moore step back to take the serve there over to the Eagles. Eagles on a rally there, tried to do the same things. McIntosh with a great dig there to keep it alive, as she will try to put the ball back over the net there, but just a little too little power there, as the ball will land in the net.
Substitutions again. Shields and Williams taking a seat. Griffith and Rutherford entering the game. Rutherford over to Gentry. Gentry, Moore keeps it up. It'll go out of bounds. Chased down by Parrish. Couldn't get there in time. Timeout taken here. We'll be back in just a short moment.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. As the score is now 21-16 in favor of the Eagles.
Rutherford back to serve. Nash couldn't quite control it. Gray keeps it up. Gentry sends it up. Stoop. Rutherford for Williams. Gentry trying to bring it down.
Just not able to handle it there, as the ball will go in the opposite direction of how she was trying to get it to.
That was number 16, Rachel Myers, on the front line for Bridgewater. Is Rutherford back to serve again. Moore, McIntosh, kept up quickly there by Rutherford, and Rutherford catches the Cougars off guard.
Great kill there by Rutherford, as the ball just went off her hands. Turns out that I didn't think that she quite knew where she tried to get that one over the net, as that was an accidental kill, it looked like, by her.
Right place, right time, as Moore now sets up Nash, kept up by Griffith. Now Rutherford for Stoop. Stoop finds that black corner. 24-16 game point here for Bridgewater. Now here's Rutherford. Gentry. Moore keeps it up. McIntosh sends it over. Stoop. Rutherford for Atwell. Gentry keeps it alive. Moore for Parrish. Dug up by Rutherford. Walker to Depew. Gentry, middle.
Game point set match for Bridgewater, as Bridgewater takes it 3-0 over the Cougars. A dominant sweep here to continue their win streak, as they now are on a 10-game win streak.
3-0.
Next week, fans, for the Cougars, they drop this one 3-0, but we'll be back here. We'll be back here tomorrow, where they have a 3-team tournament with Washington and Lee and Berea College. The first game is against Washington and Lee at noon. Back here tomorrow afternoon, and then there will be a bit of a break at 2 o'clock, where Washington and Lee will take on Berea College. But again, the Cougars will be back on the court at 4 o'clock Eastern time against Berea College, where they will look to come back from this loss. Well, I'm Wyatt Ocampo. Alongside me is Luis Martinez. We'll see you again tomorrow, fans, as the Cougars will look to jump back in and get back into the win column. Have a great night, fans, and we'll see you tomorrow.